going on, football fans, and welcome back to another episode of Breaking the Birds. Been a long day, but I promise we'll get Jalen Hurts done today. So let's dive right into the tape of him versus Jaguars. All right, so first play here. Jaguars will be running a combination of a man match here. At the bottom playing man, both these guys following. At the top playing zone. And we're running a kind of a smash combination here with a running back releasing out the backfield. For man pressure, the defense end's going to be dropping out. So Hurts sees him dropping back and really taking away the curl there. So both those guys really taking over. He tries to get it out there for Miles Sanders, trying to get it out there quickly, gain a couple yards. Sanders unfortunately drops the ball. All right, so next throw is the Jalen Hurts interception. We're coming out here playing in a spread formation offense. Jaguars playing cover one man, and we're gonna have two in breakers. We're gonna have an out and go at the top. So what Hurts is gonna see here as he's reading this is man coverage here. Everybody's manning off of that side, so he wants to go back to the in breakers. Very natural progression. The out isn't the best option there. The go route, you have safety elbow over the top. It's pissing down rain. So you want to go to your crossing options. And he has Zach Pascal right there, but he hesitates to begin with. And that's because you have the linebacker, right? He's waiting for the linebacker to clear before throwing the ball. So when we're looking at it here in box view, we're gonna see that he double clutches it there in the pocket. See first here. That's where he wants to throw it. But here he has Devin Lloyd. So he's waiting just half a second longer and throws the ball there at that point. Now, two things of why that doesn't work. I think he's also a little bit surprised by it himself. Is that the guy covering Dallas Goedert man here, when he's clutching it first time, he's letting go of Dallas Goedert and he's getting more depth. And so when he sees that, he's trying to put the ball a little bit more inside, shaded to Zach Pascal than he otherwise would have done if he didn't double clutch it. If he just threw it the first time without trying to look off Devin Lloyd to begin with, then when he would have had a little bit more space to the outside away from that defender. So really it's a product of first when he wants to throw it there and kind of signal to the defense, and that's where he's going. That's where the guy covering Goddard releases over, and so it becomes a much more difficult throw. And again, pouring rain, and it becomes picked off. Next drive, see how he bounces back from the interception. One of the interesting things to see when I saw this game, when we were watching it live, was like, all right, how do we bounce back from this? So here, Jaguars playing the same thing here, covering one man. Got two underneath defenders in low zones. A little bit of confusion here from the defense, actually, of who has who in the terms of the two tight ends coming out. So we actually have a guy right open there down the seam. But at that time, Hurts already began his throwing motion. I think he just wanted to get some easy completions in there to kind of move the chains. And also, like we've been saying, it's pissing down rain. So I think he's really just trying to move the chains a little bit here. I think they agreed to keep everything as simple as possible and keep the throws and catches short to limit turnovers, and also limiting these wet balls will just getting nowhere. I think also on this is the very next play, you can see I think Sirianni and Steichen, they wanted to see if they actually had that sorted out. Otherwise, they saw the seam open, and they're running the exact same thing right here. And Hurts checks down there to see, all right, do they actually have their guys at that point? They do. He sends the pressure off the edge, and he steps up there in the pocket. Nobody to throw to, and he picks up those about 5 yards. All right, so third down here. There's got to be a little bit of miscommunication on the offensive line here. They're going to take away the bottom defenders. So they're going to have a free blitzer. Samala has no one to block at that point. So good job from Hurts. You're sensing the pressure and getting out of it. It has a couple of options down here. Now, it is third down and 10, so we are about 7. So we got to convert here. Tries to get out as much as possible. It does have Kenneth Gainwell right there. Again, that again would take that the ball comes out fast enough, and with the conditions, I think Hurts is trying to see if he can actually run for it at that point. And then he see Devontae Smith curling back there a little bit deeper down the field at the sidelines, and this is so close to pass interference. But I think we can just say it's a good play by the Jacksonville defense here. Good job by Smitty of coming back here to the sidelines. Nice throw here. We're flooding the bottom of the screen here, the play action rollout. And we're going to have that flat combination with an underneath the tight end coming across. A.J. Brown coming across from the bottom side when he clears from that hook to curl defender. Good throw by Hurts on the run here. Game pass sucks. Nice throw on the move. Jags playing cover 2. Hurts reads it well here. Finds Devontae Smith as he's breaking out in between the flat and the hook to curl zone there. Good throw in wet conditions. And even better catch from Sweetie holding onto the ball. Cover 1 man by Jaguars. And we're in 4th down situation here. And a little bit of pressure. Jack Driscoll's getting pushed way back here. A little bit of pushback from Lane Johnson. Kind of pinches the pocket a little bit. So you can understand why Hurts feels the urgency to get out the pocket, even though in hindsight, Driscoll drops the anchor right at the last second, so he doesn't get moved all the way back into Hurts. Now, the only one who really beats his guy right here off the line is Quez Watkins, who's separating down the field to that side. But that's also the side where Hurts is kind of feeling the pressure from, and everybody else kind of not really open here or any options. So it becomes a bad throw or throw off a bad angle, and really doesn't turn into anything. 2nd down and 12 here. Play action for the Eagles. Once again, we have that rollout option coming out to the top of our screen. A little bit of pressure there off the middle, and Hurts rolls out. Does find an option there because the flat defender is traveling deep with this guy. So we're looking at it there from the box view here. Pascal's going to be releasing out to the flat, and so where the flat defender initially is, it's going to be standing in there instead. Driscoll getting pushed back so much, and the pinch down here in the middle, so can't really step up too much. You can't blame him for not doing that. And he selects the easy option there for Zach Pascal, who drops the ball. It was a really good throw here from Hurts. I think it was the throw of the day for him to A.J. Brown up there on the top here. This time we have cover 3. He fits it right in between that hook to curl and the deep zone. Even better here in the box view. Dart. Some coverage again for the Jags. Good job reading of reading the zone here. Initially, Josh Allen's going to be rerouting Devontae Smith when he stays in there in between the flat and the hook curl defender there against the quarters coverage. Hurts hits him right as he turns about 6 yards. All right, so then we have 3rd down and 15, and can absolutely understand why Hurts is taking this off by himself. He has one guy right here that he can throw to, but he also sees everything open up right there in the middle. And at this point, at these conditions in the game, you just gotta say go get it, and can definitely understand why he would rather want to use his legs in that situation instead of throwing it 5 yards in slippery conditions and your guy maybe drops it and then you're in 4th and forever in no good field goal conditions. And those are a lot of thoughts, and basically what it is just he sees ground and he takes it instead of the hard option of that is throwing the balls. Here he gets out with the lead blocker in front of him with Jack Stoll and picks up 12 yards. And on 4th and goal here, we just have a bunch of guys on crossing routes here. A lot of crosses there to the top with 2 levels, 2 outbreakers at the bottom of the screen. And so you just see if you can find any of them getting open there in the middle. Nobody really gets open there. That's when Hurts decides to scramble out. Now, you can argue about this play when Gainwell is releasing out to the top here from the running back position. He's going to release outwards where there are nobody, where everybody's following, so he's going to be alone out there. But what Hurts sees from this point of view is that there's a defender spying on Gainwell and moving out there with him. So when he's peeping out there before he's taken off, he's going to see, okay, well, I have a guy on him. It's 4th down. I need to get the ball there in stride, and he needs to make him miss before getting in. And so if he's leaving, that opens up more space for Hurts. That's what he takes advantage of and plows in there for the touchdown. A read option here. And they have 2 spies on Jalen Hurts. They practiced this read option the Jags did. You can really tell. So they said, okay, the end you can shoot in there. We're going to have Devin Lloyd as the spy. So he's going to get out there. Instead, Hurts goes inside, makes one guy miss, makes another guy miss, makes it look super easy. Whoop, whoop, whoop. It's only 4 yards, but I mean, it's a good play for a team having an extra spy on the quarterback on the read option run. Cover 1 man for the Jaguars. and we have an off coverage against A.J. Brown. He runs a good route here. I don't know why this dude decides to play that much off. Hurts sees it immediately, gets the ball out there, and it's just the AJ show getting some yards afterwards like we know he can. All right, then we're coming out in the trips, Texas formation here, and Jaguars in obvious man look here. Got guys lined up right across, one deep. So cover one man look here pre-snap. That is also what we're going to get. The linebacker will be following back out the backfield in Kenny Gainwell. Dallas Goedert is going to be doing everything he can to not be in the way of the defender there. So it really set up for success. And this was supposed to be an easy touchdown. Again, weather conditions, we can really apply a lot of that in this game. But this has to be a touchdown. This shouldn't be that difficult of a catch. And it's a little bit of a combination of it. The ball could have been thrown a little bit lower, a little bit more in front of Kenny Gainwell, but also you don't want to throw it too much in front of him where this guy can break on the ball. The ball is right there. I mean, it hits him right in the hands. This just needs to be caught. RPO. So we're basically going to have a split zone read at the top of the screen. And on the backside, we're going to have a slant flat. And so the flat defender is going to disappear immediately, or the slot defender here is going to disappear with the slot wide receiver immediately. And so Hurts' eyes and wide open gap right here in the middle of the field with A.J. Brown on a one-on-one. And this is the best throw of the game. I know I said it before, it was the other one, but this is the one I was actually talking about. This is such a tight window throw, and we get the perfect view of it here in the box. Also, good read here from him, seeing that the slot defender is going to escape out there. And he puts this right on the inside of Devin Lloyd. Right there in traffic. Beautiful ball. Quarters coverage for Jaguars. And we're running curls on all three levels here, both the outsides and in the middle. And A.J. Brown is going to have some separation of the clear to the top. Same with Devontae Smith. I mean, you can throw it to either one of those guys. Hurts keeping the ball just a tad long. If there's anything to criticize in the play, I mean, it's a good throw in taking the conditions into consideration. Good fast ball to get out there. Nice hold on by AJ. Good read by Hurts here. We're gonna have free rusher to the left side. Gonna be overloading that side here. He finds the hot read in Miles Sanders, and then that's where he kind of just pops off with this what would have almost been a super long gain here, but only ends up at about 5 yards. All right, so here we have 3rd down and 7, and I think this is one of those times where the escapability from the pocket becomes a little bit too much here. We actually have some pretty decent options here against zone. A.J. Brown sitting there across the middle, drifting a little bit to the outside because it is zone and because we have hook to curl coverage underneath it. And there's going to be tons of pressure from Jack Driscoll's side there. But we have 3rd and 7, so we need to convert this here. And the middle isn't as open here against the 5-man pressure. Like, they have more guys that can come away from the blocks. Now, it is not like everybody here is open at that point. But still, at that point, you can set up and deliver to one of those curl routes coming underneath. But again, like, you can understand, you have pressure from Isaac Seumalo there who's getting pushed back. You have pressure from Driscoll, but the anchor drops for both of them. So there is a pocket there at the end. But yeah, this time it shuts down. Sometimes it works really well when you have that crease to get into the open field, and it looks super good. So like I said, I'm going to stick with the same philosophy that I said after game 1. If he feels like he has to play, go for it. I'm all down. I'm down for it, even though that means not getting 5 yards for an open guy or 10 yards from an open guy. If he thinks he can get it, then try to go get it. I mean, sometimes this is going to happen. All right, so here we have match man out of empty. We have a bunch formation down here at the bottom, and basically who we want to get open is Dallas Goedert. How we're going to do that, we're going to send a guy in and a guy out, trying to create some separation from the match zones. And A.J. Brown is going to take away the linebacker to the inside here. The other tight end, Stahl, here is going to take away the outside zone defenders there. They're going to back off a little bit there. And then Goedert, who is first releasing outside, is going to help get people outside, and then he's going to get into that open space. And Hurts delivers a fantastic ball there. Well, I mean, it's right where it's supposed to be. That's got to be caught. That's a first down, if not a touchdown. All right, so here running against zone coverage, we have a spacing combination here to the trip side. So we're going to have two guys sitting across and then a flat option. And basically just going to be reading this guy here to see where he does. So he goes outside. We have some depth to the safety. And so that leaves the gap in there for Devontae Smith. And a really well-placed ball here from Jalen Hurts. Going to see that from the box view. Puts it to the outside of where the safety is shooting. A little bit of a double clutch, so he sees what the safety committing to. All right, he's committing inside. Lean him outside. Tough run for Hurts. Zone read. It's the correct decision to keep the ball here, but also well played by Travon Walker. Gets a little bit too much inside. Hurts judges that he's faster than him. He's correct. Gets out there, takes a lick, gains up a lot of yards. And here we get it. One of the exact same plays we saw there in the beginning of the video. And Eagles get the same look that they want. They get this cover one-man look. And so they actually got some confusion out there with the DBs to that side. They don't figure out who has Goddard, who doesn't. And so it becomes free over the middle. That's the seam that they were looking for a couple of times before. And they get the same look that they want. Motion into it. And the linebacker spied up on Kenny Gainwell because they got beat by Miles Sanders by that early in the game. And so you hit it. That's progression of a quarterback mid-game. Here to win this and seal the game, we have man look. We have A.J. Brown and one-on-one. Fine route. Good ball. And then it's just a matter of the elements being in your favor. And A.J. catching the ball. And even though he is so reliable, the weather still gets it there. Well-placed ball from Hurts. Places it high, so out of the reach for the cornerback and where A.J. can elevate for it. Cornerback still plays it well, gets a hand in there. Almost second catch attempt there from Hurts, but DB plays it well on that rep. So overall, I think another stock up for performance from Jalen Hurts, taking the weather conditions into consideration. I think he made some really good throws through the air. Naturally, the way that he kind of carried the team on his back there to spark the whole comeback at down 14-0, trucking the linebacker in there for the touchdown. I think that was really cool. Delivered some good tight passes through the air as well. Now, the interception naturally is one that he'd like to have back, but I think looking back at it and seeing really what he saw with man coverage and the decision he made, I thought it was an okay decision. And he wanted to clear from that linebacker coming across the middle there, but ultimately ends up getting punished by waiting a little bit too long before the backside defender comes in, so you have to put it in a way too tight of a spot there, and it becomes an interception. But I mean, those are kind of passes they kind of learn from, and I think he bounced back really well. So another stock up day.